200 at 26.
The awards school, we have our girls triple jump. Men winners Division 2. Your winner, Isabella Cavaletti from South Torrance, with a jump of 38 feet, 10 1/4.
Girls Divisions 1 and 4, same configuration, but now we're going to be doing the 3,200 meters. And 8 laps all around here. Charlotte Hopkins representing Division 1 here as the top seed. Claire Hipser of University, 15-second personal best last week. We went from 12:07 a year ago down to a 10:48 last weekend. Neely Bayless should be heading off to BYU, your South Coast League champ from Trabuco Hills. Big stalwart there of that great program over the recent years. Alana Clark and Mia Ritter both representing Maricosta. Elena Gonzalez of Oak Hills, 25-second improvement a week ago, and that is Miss Gonzalez, the ninth grader, pacing the group here through the first 200. Annika Mark of Saugus, number 11 in the southern section. Addison Johns, a top freshman in California. She's about 10:42, your Big 8 league champion. And Alyssa Horta of Warren with 11 flat a week ago. That's what it took to make it into the Division 1 final. And that was a nice bet. There's Gonzalez of Oak Hills, Hipster of University High School out of Irvine. That is Lana Clark and Mia Ritter running 3-4 along with Addison Johns. Meanwhile, Hopkins and Bayless, the two veterans of the group here, the seniors, they're going to play coy so far in the first lap, let everybody else do the work. Hopkins, she'll be heading off to the University of Washington. She was 5th at the California State meet a year ago, and currently she's sitting there in that 8th spot. In Division 4, we got Kira Wallace of Foothill Tech, Abby Sweeney of Big Bear, her teammate Maddie Kahi also making the final. Of course, Big Bear coming off an incredible cross-country season this past fall. Sophia Joe, she was her champion in the 1,600 meters earlier, and representing Campbell Hall, only a 9th grader. She was also your Division 5 Southern Section champion last November. Amelia Sarkeesian of Brentwood, Remy Morrison at International School of LA, Caprice McAuliffe of Cantwell Sacred Heart, Carolina Palmer of Providence out of Burbank, and Anna Kim, the 9th grader of Pacifica Christian of Santa Monica. Those are your fields here for Division 1 and Division 4 combined here, 3,200 meters. So Gonzalez, a lot of confidence there. Again, Hipster, the senior at a university, Gonzalez, the 9th grader of Oak Hills, really stepping up to the plate a week ago at the Division 1 freeruns. But Hopkins, again, very patient, very race savvy here, the veteran of the group. Hopkins right there in 3rd. Addison Johns right there on the shoulder, the 9th grader of Santiago on the shoulder of Mia Ritter of Maricosta, the junior. Of course, Clark and Ritter leading their squad over to NXN this past November. One of the top distance programs in the state of California. So we have what we thought would be the case here. 2 different races have now moved forward here. We got our 9 girls from Division 1. Meanwhile, Sophia Joe, and try to maintain contact with these girls, but again, they will automatic winner. But like we saw in that 1,600 meters earlier with Joe and Wallace, it came all the way down to the last 150.
they jump in the sand.
So our girls there in Division 1 basically content to stay right together, do the pace setting. Maybe we're going to see some negative splits in the fast side of court. Bayless and Hopkins, the two seniors of the group, definitely know how to do that, as Hopkins went 10:36 this year and Bayless 10:36. She's number 5 in the southern section. She was here and actually did that at Arcadia. So Elena Gonzalez, the 9th grader of Oak Hill, she was second in the Mojave River Championship, but only getting better there. As we told you, 25-second personal best a week ago. And they're going to come through at 5:23, 5:24, so don't be surprised to see some negative splits here. See Hopkins and A. Bayless trying to go under 10:40. And that race for that Division 4 title there, that's Joe, the 9th grader of Campbell Hall. She's already got 1 today, trying to make it 2. And Kira Wallace, though, again, they had a great battle here to kick off this afternoon in that earlier session of the 1,600 meters. Right now, everybody kind of staying right where they've been almost the entire race there. Again, Hopkins just kind of bidding her time sitting there in 3rd. And Bayless now moving up from 9th up to 7th. Check that 6th. And again, they let the 9th grader do the pacing thus far for the first 5.5 laps. But now we're seeing Hopkins and Hipser of University. Hipser was your Pacific Coast League champion, and now your leader here with 3 laps to go with Hopkins, the senior of Arcadia, right there in her shadow. The 2 9th graders, Gonzalez and Johns, running 3rd and 4th. Speaking of 9th graders here, we got Joe of Campbell Hall, continue to be your leader with 1,200 meters to go. So they pick it up a notch here. We've seen Hopkins and Bayless. They've been in these situations before, and again, battle tested for sure, along with Ritter and Clark, part of that Maricosta group. And Hipser out of University High School, and Irvine Hopkins of Arcadia. And we're getting ready for a great last 800 meters there. Johns and Gonzalez not going anywhere. Bayless of Trabuco Hills is now moved up into that 5th spot. 800 meters to go. They're at 8:06. And Joe of Campbell Hall, starting to see the daylight here. She continues to open up her lead here with 800 meters to go. Kira Wallace of Foothill Tech, your Tri-Valley League champ. She went 11-13 earlier this season. Sophia Joe, she was your Gold Coast League champion. She's gone 11:06 and trying to go under 11 for the first time. But Hopkins is now really opened this one up. She came in as the favorite. She had a lifetime best of 10:07 with 600 meters to go.
On the award stand, we have our boys 4x8 meter relay Division 3. Your winner in this event, J. Sarah Cadman.
It's Hopkins, the Division 1 leader right now. Joe, your Division 4 leader. Hipser of University also trying to move on to next week's Southern Section Masters meet. That'll be here at Moore Park High School. And of course, top 6 automatic qualifiers will move on to the California State meet. But Johns of Santiago and Bayless and Gonzalez of Oak Hills, they come in here in a bell lap at 9:23. Hipser coming through at 9:27. Bayless leading that trio at 9:29. Alana Clark, Amira Costa, 9:33 with Ritter. And Hopkins, as we suspected, we're going to see some negative splits from her again. The senior from Arcadia. She was third here a year ago, and right now, 200 meters away from earning her individual championship here. That battle for second, though, it's Hipster of University, Bayless of Tremico Hills, Johns of Santiago, Gonzalez of Oak Hills. Bring it home, your senior from Arcadia. This is Charlotte Hopkins. Unfinished business here before she heads off to the University of Washington. She was 5th at the California State Meet next week here. And that battle of Bayless, but Addison Johns not to be denied. It's your senior from Tremico, your 9th grader of Santiago. But Hopkins, she'll be your winner. Negative split, 10:40. Bayless coming across at 10:44. Johns at 10:44, Hipster at 10:46, Gonzalez at 10:48, Alana Clark finishing here at 10:51. But all eyes here on our Division 4 champion. This is going to be Sophia Joe. This will make it 2 for 2. The 9th grader with a walk on the count here from Campbell Hall. And just like we saw in the 1600 meters, she will move on to the Southern Section Masters meet next week. Your Division 4 champion, 11:13.
And the award stand, we have our 4x100 relay, Division 2. The winners here, Dos Pueblos.
And Kira Wallace of Federal Tech, she will earn her second silver here this afternoon.
She saved you with somebody. Found somebody that's almost her height.
So congratulations, Charlotte Hopkins, your 2026 Division 1 champion, a senior. Going out on a high note, but we'll see her again next week. And of course, plan is to make her back to the state meet where she was a medalist a year ago. Meanwhile, Sophia